What's going on, people? Welcome to another watch along. I'm Diyar and I'm joined by Hambo here to run you through Palace's game against Sheffield United. Hambo, I'll be honest, I'm a bit worried. And in this game, we can't use any excuses, but let's quickly run you through the lineup. Thank you to everyone who's joining us. And if you're watching this on replay, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. So we'll quickly talk about the lineup. Vicente Guaita in goal. But of course, Joe Wood comes in for Nathaniel Klein. Apparently, Klein has got an injury that you said.
Yeah, back injury. I saw someone mention it in the chat as well while we're waiting for you to get your act together and get online. So, yeah.
Well, I can't like that. But anyways, oh shit, I forgot. I need to set up my stream as well. Yes, there is that chair. See, sometimes I forget that I'm here to do an actual watch along of the game. I'm just.
Well, I can see the players coming out, but yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, Townsend. Luca starts midfield alongside Mac and Schlupp. We have to talk about Luca, of course. Some pictures and videos came out from that newspaper that I don't want to mention, but it is not the greatest of scenes before a game like this, and I just don't understand it. How on earth can you start a man who was pictured like that on New Year's Eve day? I'm not even talking about the fact that he broke the rules. Yeah, you can talk about that, but the fact that we've got a 73-year-old manager. Yes, they do get tested, but the test ain't 100% accurate all the time. And the fact that he's starting today, he's the captain today, it sends a wrong message to everyone else in the squad. Clearly, he broke the rules, and he's there starting.
So, I mean, you can't. It's no point even talking about Luca on the pitch and whether or not he should be starting today. And there's lots of discussions about whether he should be captain in general. When you look at what we've seen today, there is no reason that you should be playing him and starting him as captain. So there's only two things that I can possibly think of, and neither of which I think are an acceptable justification, right? So the first is that we don't know something, right? We don't know some element of this story, whether or not, I don't know, I can only speculate, but whether or not the club were already aware and are given permission, which I can't see because it's not what they should be doing, or whether or not there is some evidence that it might not have been from that night, which again I think is not true. So that's one thing I could think of. And the only other thing that makes any sense at all, which I also don't agree with, is if the club only found out this morning and the disruption to the team, because they would have practiced all week with Lucas starting in mind, the idea of taking him out of the squad now would have done more damage to the club on the pitch than the club felt was worth doing. But as with a lot of things, I suppose the only argument you can have is you wait until proof is given and the decision has been made. And sometimes, you can't really condemn people until the whole thing's been investigated. But I don't see that myself. I can't understand what else could have happened other than, on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, a picture came from Mitrovic's partner's account, which has since been deleted on Instagram. That's a guilty conscience right there. So I'm stunned, absolutely stunned he's starting.
Yeah, and the fact that he's a captain. There's a comment, I think Shes says that I would love Zaha to get an armband. I think he has earned it and certainly performed in last time against United. Exactly. Zaha's passionate about it. I would have thought Luka gets dropped, Zaha gets the armband, and he sends a message to the rest of the squad that you can't do that. But of course, innocent until proven guilty. We'll see what happens with that. But I expect the comment from the club today. I don't know if Roy Hodgson spoke about it yet, or Lucas apologized or anything pre-match, because as you can see, I came late here, so I didn't have much time to look at it. But I expect comments today. But if you're watching this on Facebook and Twitter, make sure to head over to our YouTube channel. When the game kicks off, we'll be live only on there. And of course, Zaha starts up front, but let's alongside Benteke. John says Roy's selection is dubious again. Is there a rare Saturday off for me? So I'll be watching this. My first question to Diyar. Aaron, this is Aaron Paul. How has the pandemic affected sales of 2-ounce burgers? You know what? It's actually had a positive impact. But we won't be talking about 2-ounce burgers all game long. But no excuses today, Hambo. I think this is a must-win game for us. I know people are saying that, well, we always lose against clubs like Sheffield United, clubs that struggle, but you can't use that as an excuse because Jairo Riedewald is dropped. Why on earth did Riedewald drop to the bench? It makes no sense to me. The substitution last game around made no sense. And now you drop him completely for what? Every time this man plays good, he gets dropped as a consequence. So what? He has to be shit to stay in the lineup. Is that
it doesn't make any real sense to us anyway. the fact that neither Eze nor Riedewald start, the only correlation between the two is they play well and they're young. So, Roy, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to have that trust in them that he does other people. And I just don't get it. But I think more to the point, when you talk about a defeat today being unacceptable, Sheffield United could only name 6 subs today. They've got 9 first-team players out injured or sick. We've already lost to a 10-man Villa. If we lose to a completely depleted Sheffield United playing a team that they've had to scrape together today, people will rightly look at the selection that Roy's made and ask big questions. And, I hope for his sake in a lot of ways that doesn't happen. But, me, I frankly would rather see the back of him.
Okay.
Anyway, so it has kicked off on my screen, Diyar. But
right.
You and I are going to have to sync, and you're going to be way behind me. So at some point, we'll get that.
A minute. Let's just sync up. And if you're watching us on Facebook and Twitter, head over to our YouTube channel, as we'll be live only on there as we're going off it right now. So if Hambo's a bit ahead of me, we'll sync up with Hambo. And if you guys want to sync up as well at minute mark, I'll let you guys know as well.
So Benteke just tackled Andros Townsend by mistake, but we do still have the ball in a good area. I just ran it out of play. Can I just point out Ash's comment, which is harking back to something that happened a little while ago when you shouted a goal Apollo really loudly. So
but that's with Andros Townsend. I think that's exclusive to Andros. He always has these bangers out of nowhere. But can we just get a goal today, Ash? That's what I'm looking at. Can we get a goal today? And can we keep a clean sheet? That's another talking point that we need to look at. 8 goals in 16 games they've scored this season. 8 in 16. We're entering January. They've only scored 8 goals. And this is going to be a real test. Imagine if we don't keep a clean sheet. That is, going to be annoying. But what minute are you on?
Oh, I forgot to pause it. So I'm going to pause it on 1 minute 50. I'm going to pause it on. So that is about now. So you've got to catch me up. Has your game even kicked off yet?
Yeah, it's about to kick off now. So it's 2 minutes.
So we're going to be running about 2 minutes behind everyone. If you want to follow along live with us, obviously, you want to hit pause, wait 2 minutes, and then unpause, and you'll be roughly synced with us. If you don't, try not to spoil too much in the comments. I tend to stop looking at them at some point if people spoil everything, because we want to try and react as fresh as we can, don't we, Diyar?
Exactly. So send in your score predictions. We'll read them out. But Hambo, whilst we're waiting to sync up, what's your score prediction for the game?
Oh dear, it feels like a 0-0 to me.
Is that good enough?
No, not really. But I don't see what else we've decided. Well, certainly from the start, I don't think we've really set up to do much else other than keep it as tight as possible, like we did against Leicester. And I think it's going to be a real struggle to kind of generate the momentum we'll need. But I think the key part of this game will be how much possession does Sheffield United let us have, and how much are they going to try and force the issue. I feel if they try and force the issue, we will catch them. But if they take a measured approach and surrender a bit of possession, we don't always really know what to do with it and end up getting caught ourselves. So I think that's the key battle today.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'm going.
Did you me a favour and already block Roy Hodgson?
Why?
Comment, because it's just not funny, is it? It's like, yeah, okay. The first comment was quite, it's funny. You're Roy Hodgson, but now it's just posting a comment every 5 seconds being Roy Hodgson.
But this is what I do, because you get triggered, and I like it in a way. I like it in a way because you love annoying me. So I said to go and be Roy Hodgson and stuff.
But be actually funny. Don't just post comments like talking seriously. Be funny. If you could be funny, that'd be great. But you just.
So, anyways, I'm approaching 1 minute 50. So get ready to unpause. So I'm in 1 minute 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. 50.
Now we're gonna have to wait 2 minutes for whatever my phone buzzed about.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Phone away.
But yeah, we'll try to read your comments. But of course, as we're a bit behind, we might not be able to read every one of them. And also, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. Look, everyone was rushed. That's why I couldn't wish you all Happy New Year. But hopefully, you all had a great New Year's Eve. Unlike Lucas, hopefully you stayed safe, and hopefully you have a blessed year. Hopefully, all this virus nonsense gets away from us. But nice defender from Sheffield Utd there.
Yeah, I'm going to predict, Diyar, that we've got another 6 months of really, really annoying stuff to get over with. But fingers crossed. Everyone's got through this period safe and well. That's the main thing. So yeah, can only echo that. Happy New Year, everyone. So
yeah, it's a mess right now, especially in England. But let's not talk about the virus. We're here to talk about Palace. That's another worry.
well, no, sometimes it is, but just as a ball hooked away there, good defending again, good from Mitchell. Benteke dropping back, doing a really good job back to Townsend. Oh, it's a great ball over the top.
That's good from Andros. Go on, Wilf.
Zaha's
Go on,
got
Wilf. He's got it. He's got it. Oh, nice pass back.
Benteke.
One more. One more goal.
Yes! Schlappy!
Come on,
Jeffrey!
Jeffrey! Benteke with the assist. Benteke! After 1 minute we score. Come on! Benteke! Yes!
That was fantastic play, wasn't it, from Benteke? Dropped all the way back beyond the halfway line. Back to Townsend. Fantastic ball from Townsend. Absolutely perfect. Perfectly delayed by Wilf. Into Benteke again. Perfect first time pass.
Nice.
Right footed. What a goal.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about. 2 minutes. We're not even, what is it? Less than 5 minutes. And we score. Benteke assist. Took a slight deflection, but I don't mind it. 1-0. This one I'm talking about. Now, if we don't win this game from 1-0 up, if we don't win this game from 1-0 up against a side who's only scored 8 goals in 16 games, there is something seriously wrong. So we should be able to hold this. We should. Come on. Jeffrey
Just got lots of people in the comments talking about various stuff, whether it was a goal or not. So I think you're all at various different levels. Bo says he's still looking for a stream. And I've heard people Google footy bite. I don't know what that means. So, but personally, I'm watching it on Sky. It's a fully paid up subscriber member.
Let's go, man. Happy for him. He started ahead of Eze. What do you make of that one? I thought he starts regardless anyways. Maybe Andros would have got dropped for me.
I mean, certainly.
You dropped him. Hold up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, look, the bottom line is I want Eze to play every week. That's how I feel about watching Palace. I like to be, excited by what I see, but at the same time, I'm not upset. I wouldn't be upset if Schlupp started over Andros Townsend. And, and ultimately, I'm not upset to see Jeffrey Schlupp start today. I think when he's put out wide and he gets to play in his natural position, he's just a credit to the club and a credit to himself. So I hate him, as you know, in a central midfield position. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Just don't think it suits him. But seeing him play naturally on the left or even on the right, where he's done a really good job. And the key thing is he does chip in with goals. When he's direct. If he could just eliminate that little bit out of his game where he occasionally has a bit of a jog back rather than a sprint back, I'd love him even more. But he won me over from the early days for sure.
I said 1-0. Flynn. I said 1-0 Palace, didn't I, Hambo?
Yeah. I mean, I'm already wrong with 0-0 and delighted to be wrong.
No, you said that's not what you're talking about, Diyar. You said we lose. I didn't say we lose.
I don't know.
Maybe in my pre-match prediction with the Sheffield United fan, maybe you're talking about that. I can't remember my score prediction there. But of course, we're just having banter. We kept saying we both... he kept saying you guys will win. I kept saying you guys will win for literally the opposition preview. So maybe that's why I predicted that. But in this one, I predicted 1-0. What's happening here? Vicente, they keep trying to replay. That's not a foul.
He's punched the ball out, but they've jumped in on Vicente, haven't they? But whether or not they're trying to claim that it's a foul on either, I'm not sure. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't think anything major is happening. It's just one of those things that happens. The keeper's entitled to come out and punch the ball away, and the attacker's entitled to go for it as well. So if that means Brewster comes on, like it seems like he might, could be in real trouble there. But also, V. Flynn, you don't need to apologise for Diyar because he's already admitted he probably did say that Sheffield United were going to win on another video.
I don't know.
But we all felt that. To be fair, Diyar, we all kind of felt that this was, Sheffield United haven't won all season, so we're almost certainly going to hand it to them. But early days, 1-0 up, and you can't really be anything other than delighted with it.
I was just confused. I thought he was talking about this stream where I did say 1-0 Palace, but it doesn't matter anyways. We're 1-0 up after 4 minutes, which is great start so far. Very happy to see Tompkins and Kouyaté at the back. Tompkins is the guy at the back for me. I don't know whether you start Saka alongside him or you start Kouyaté, but Tompkins just needs to start. He's solid.
It's easy to forget, isn't it, how good a player he is. And we did forget, and understandably, because he just wasn't fit to play for any length of time for what seemed like forever. But I mean, even against Leicester, okay, the first thing he probably did was give away the penalty because of a bit of rustiness. But he just got better and better. The timing of the tackles, the commitment of the challenges, and the fact that he can play football, without being too mean to others. He's he's played a lot of his career in at right back and central midfield as well. He's a proper footballer. We can play it out.
Sorry, but I'm liking this pressure.
Yeah.
Hambo. Look at this. At the front foot, that's what I'm talking about. Instead of sitting back, go at them, even when you're 1-0 up. Come on.
Yeah, this is the mentality we got so wrong against Villa, isn't it? This is the kind of thing that we need to see from the off. We need to, get that energy. First half against Leicester, exactly the same. The intensity wasn't there, and we just hand the initiative to teams. This we've really, obviously, the early goal helps because you can then that confidence flows and you can get on teams. And this is what we're doing today. We need to keep doing it because, they'll be desperate as this game goes on. They will get desperate in this game to get back in.
Yeah, but interesting thing is, you would think, they're 20th in the league, only 2 points in how many 16 or 17 games right now. You think they'll concede a lot of goals, but most of their games end 1-0. It's simple as that. And I asked them about it, and they just can't finish in front of goal. They just don't. When they get the chances, they can't. So I didn't expect this to be a high scoring game, but now that we scored the first goal, and now that they do lose 1-0 majority of their games, we should be able to beat them. But I like it. Even when we're 1-0 up, we're still going and not sitting back. Look at Andros pressuring them. Now Maka, like it. That's what we're talking about. That's what we need to do week in, week out.
So they really struggle for goals. Their top scorer, the guy leading the line, is 33-year-old David McGoldrick. He's actually been all right this season in terms of goal return. 4 goals isn't too bad for him because he's only got 6 in total in the Premier League. But he is not a Premier League striker by any stretch of the imagination. Not now, not ever. So the fact that they've got him leading the line, they tried to deal with that by getting Brewster in, player we were interested in, but he's very raw and inexperienced at this level. So that is behind their struggles. They're not creating as much as they used to, but even when they do create, they aren't finishing quite right. But last season as well, we've seen it tons of times when a team surprises the league for a good half a season, if not longer. It seems like Wilder's this genius who's found a way of playing that no one can cope with. But after a period of time, after scouting, people start to see weaknesses and they start to see how to play against a team, and that's what's happened with Sheffield United, and they haven't yet.
Andros, he's going for the Gualapa.
He was, yeah.
Poch is confirmed to PSG. Interest in that one. I feel like they're going to be a real threat now in the Champions League, even though they went to the Champions League final last year. I feel like never know with them now. One to watch out for. What was I going to say? I was going to say something.
Well, while you're thinking about it, Poch is someone who's obviously a big fan of Wilfried Zaha. So we've already seen him linked. So that's one thing to be mindful of. Obviously, they got an embarrassment of riches at PSG, but maybe if they shift one superstar out, there'll be a space for him there. I very much hope not, but definitely feels a bit of a risk.
It hurts seeing Eze on the bench, man. It hurts. I really want him to start, but I don't know.
Look, it's his first Premier League season. I have to kind of
he's looked good though.
But absolutely, you see him play, and he's up there with the best players, certainly the best passers and movers and creators in our entire squad. And every time he plays, he looks great. But with a young player in his first Premier League season, I guess you can argue that taking him in and out of the side is potentially a way to keep him focused and keep him hungry. But he won't like being sitting on the bench. And as people who like watching football, we don't like seeing him on the bench either.
Yeah. So what I was going to say about Chris Wilder, that's what I was going to mention, is that when you look at their squad, Hambo, it isn't really good enough in the first place. I understand what you're saying about what they've done in the first season, but if they improve their squad, then it could potentially work again. They just have a squad, and that's why they don't want. Oh no, who's down? Don't say
Tyreek. He does this every game, man. He's always getting knocks. Hopefully, he just runs that one off.
He had a knock last game, but he was good to continue playing. He's running now. It seems fine. So fingers crossed, it's nothing serious. But yeah, like even Sheffield United fans, they realise it. They do say that there's no point sacking him because the squad isn't good enough in the first. When you look at these players, who would have expected them to do what they done last season in the first place? He's doing it.
Well, exactly, yeah. And also, we've seen it as well. When you come up from the division below, you don't want to change too much. I mean, Holloway tried to change too much too quickly. As soon as we went back to the tried and tested players, we found form, we found momentum under Pulis, right? But we still had to add quality. Last season was all about that momentum, that togetherness, that comfort they had working together as a team. And even a few signings here and there can disrupt it. But also, people will eventually drop a level if they're playing above the standard that they're comfortable with. That can be consistent with, they will drop it.
That's
a foul there.
Foul, yep, easy foul. Is he going to give a card?
No, Ash, where's Patrick? Patrick is on the golf course, making a sacrifice today, so we'll win. Similar as our podcast producer and creator, Mikey Fairley, who's not seen us win since we played Bournemouth. He is also not watching today. Last season. So he is also not watching today, hence we are currently winning. If he dares turn the TV on, it'll all fall apart.
Yes, as you know, as you can see so far, we're all good. They haven't really created that many chances. Not that we've created a lot as well, but we've kept control over the ball.
No, but you can see they are so low on confidence. It's unbelievable. And that early goal is just you talk about the pace that teams move around the pitch. There's very little pace in what they're doing at the moment, and unless they up that, it's going to be quite comfortable for us, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I haven't jinxed anything there.
No, we're being good so far, and I like the pressure that we're keeping up. And also, as you said, there's only 6 players on the bench, so there isn't that many players to change about as well.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Is that just skip? Is that corner?
Yep, it's corner. Yep.
Come on.
So for us, it's just coming up to 15 minutes in, and Sheffield United have a corner. Probably really only the first moment of potential concern that we'll have, and it'll be really important for Sheffield United to get these set pieces right. But fingers crossed they don't.
Yeah, we've been solid at corner so far. Apparently, they've had one corner before. I can't remember it. Should have been this one.
Ben Swinger into the middle of the box. Good head out from Benteke at the front post. Does that job really well whenever he plays.
Yeah, he's the main man at the front. Since Roy joined the club, whenever he plays, it's obvious how we set up in corners. There's always someone front post, and it's the striker. And when it's Benteke, he just gives me so much confidence. He just heads it all out. You have to pinpoint your
good defender. See that? Well done.
Nice. Yeah, you have to pinpoint your crosses right into the middle because Benteke is there. Patrick is still in Villa's half.
That's the other Patrick, yeah.
The left standard, it won't happen unless we have a new manager. No, I guess talking about tactics, maybe. But yeah, let us know what you think about the first half so far in the comments. So far, it's been pretty much good for Palace.
Yeah, as it's slowed down a lot. We've taken about 4 minutes to take a goal kick here, but it's just gone upfield now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've got mixed feelings at the moment because we look secure, but you want that intensity that you saw, Diyar, straight after we went 1-0 up. We don't want to lose that if we start to sort of drift a little bit in this half. Because I don't know about you, but as much as they've struggled in front of goal, I won't be comfortable without us being at least 2 goals ahead. I really won't.
Yeah, they're not that bad defensively, though. That's the thing. That's why it's pretty much always 1-0. They don't leak in too many goals. So, yeah, can we keep the clean sheet? 1 clean sheet so far. And that was against Southampton, first game of the season. And it sounds weird. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing at the idea of because I took Guaita out of my FPL team, and so he's obviously going to start keeping clean sheets now. He's not in my FPL team. So.
Yeah, Palace transfer window bingo. We've been linked with Tufan already.
Oh, but yeah, we love that.
One. Yeah, Tufan. For McCarthy, what do you make of that? I don't. At first in the summer, I thought, you know what, McCarthy, he can go. He's a surplus. We don't really need him, but. The limited minutes that he's played so far this season, I actually like what I saw from him, which is something that I didn't really expect from him this season.
Well, I don't know. He has had injury, and he has had. I think there was bereavement in the family as well. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but so he's had a lot to deal with. And I constantly, heard suggestions that he's never really settled in the area and is keen to at some point go back up north. But I was speaking to a few people in the week, and it doesn't seem like there's been any concrete interest or offers for him, and the club aren't currently expecting him to go anywhere. So, he's not getting much game time though. So that the longer that goes on, obviously, the less happy he's going to be, particularly if there are other clubs interested. But I've got mixed. I don't really know how I feel about him. I would have liked to see him start today alongside Jairo Riedewald because I was expecting Luca to be dropped, and I still think Maka needs a rest. But we're 1-0 up, so what do I know?
Exactly. They haven't had that much to do so far in midfield. It's like every time Sheffield United they're going out wide, we just kind of expected. But Wilf is on the ball now. Go on, Wilf. Play on. Nice. Go on, switch it. Let's go. Let's go.
Good ball outside for Townsend. He's got the pace to get there. He does. Oh, that's come off him. I think that came off him last.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Watford would want 50 million for Sarr. No chance. Yeah. Watford last offer, so I'm not too sure about Sarr, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't see us going much beyond what we offered already. I suppose that might change if Zaha was to go, and we might feel a little bit more desperate. But even then, I think it's very hard to get any value in January, and certainly buying a player out of the Championship for that kind of money, it just doesn't really happen, does it? So I certainly can't see us spending it.
Yeah, I think
Roy's been pretty clear, isn't he? Roy said, "I've got loads of options in the squad. It's a big squad. We're not going to be out in the market for anyone unless players leave." So that's we've had our expectations set. I think we need to be a bit more proactive than that myself, and I'm hoping for one or two bodies maybe. But
I'm not too sure on the Roy though. I'm not too sure. Maybe keep that money for a new manager because he doesn't use the full squad.
Just to answer Sean's question of why we dropped Luca, because I expected him to be dropped because he was pictured out partying with Mitrovic on New Year's Eve. And in breach of COVID rules, so I expected him to be dropped and out of the squad, and he hasn't been. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't want us to spend big in the January window. We don't need to. Because he doesn't use the players that we've got in our squad in the first place. So, yeah, it would be nice to get additions, but if he's not going to use them, what's the point? Might as well wait for a new manager. But we're going to be.
Yeah. I was just going to say the problem with that, I understand what he's saying. I don't agree with him, partly because of the reason you said that he doesn't use the squad anyway. But if you think about, there's certain positions where if someone gets injured, suspended, gets COVID, whatever, when you're quite comfortable. So I'm relatively comfortable with centre back. With everybody fit, I'm kind of okay, certainly at right back, maybe not so much at left back. And we've got options in the centre of midfield because Roy just picks the same players over and over in there. But there's a couple of areas. So up front, I'm not comfortable with Ayew this season. Batshuayi hasn't settled at all. Hasn't really shown that he can work in this system. So we lose a couple of players up front. We're very, very light, and certainly wide right of the attack. Schlupp has added a welcome option there, but we still don't look like we've got an embarrassment of riches there. So I don't agree that we can go into this transfer window and be complacent and comfortable with what we've got. We've got too many players out of contract, too many players playing every week that eventually are going to break because of it.
Yeah, we've got a video which you can go and check out. We talked about all of this for 48 minutes.
We did.
So head over to our YouTube. Well, you're on a YouTube channel. Head over to that video.
Head over to our YouTube channel. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Back at the Best. Maybe you should pop over to that.
We do watch longs as well. Woody, it's a bit slow.
Yeah, look,
going forwards. We scored that goal. Oh, that's a foul.
Only check on Wilf, but we're down the left with Benteke.
Go on.
Good ball back to Wilf. Tried to play it back, but a bit sloppy there.
Oh no!
Now they'll break. They just
see how slowly they're
forward.
Who's got the right hand side?
Doesn't matter. Just forced them out as well done. But yeah, I mean, look, see this the pay. I feel like talking about them. They're like another version of us when we struggle with the fact that there doesn't seem to be any real pace in the team. And you've got to have pace at the top level. You've got to be sharp. You've got to be quick with your passing, but you've got to have people who can sprint in behind as well. We're currently not seeing that from them. Probably Muset's the only player in their side that can probably do that, and he's got a decent record against us. But at the moment, he's looking like he's having one of his 9 out of 10 anonymous games, which hopefully.
How many shots on target have we had? Is that our first shot on target?
No, I mean Andros had one from range, didn't he? He wasn't really threatening, but yeah.
Look, we broke that as well today. That's a positive. Yeah. We had more than one shot on target in the first half. But I'm surprised in a way with Sheffield United's pressing. They're pressing, but it's so half-hearted. They're not really coming at us. Like, they're giving us time on the ball. They're pressing to a certain extent, which I don't mind, but they're not really challenging us.
We talk about this every week. It's the impact of having, that sort of 10, 15% extra, a bit of belief and confidence gives you. If you're sitting there at this point in the season, you're in January and you've only got 2 points and you haven't won all season, and especially the contrast with last season, it really is affecting them mentally. Their only real hope is a bit of luck here and there, because they're going to need to be lucky to win a game, I think.
Yeah. Andros switches it to Ty. Down the left side, that Ty, nice ball. All right, I like that. Go on. Oh, my. I thought you were just going to shoot.
How you got ahead of me. Furious.
Oh, I don't know what happened. 1 minute more.
24-11 now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I've just fast-forwarded a few seconds.
I don't know how that happened. Normally, it lags to go behind, but I managed to go ahead, which is a good thing. Go on, Will.
Oh, lovely little chop.
Nice. That's a foul.
I mean, he was looking for that, but with the greatest of respect.
Yeah, thank you.
But the skill does it.
Yeah.
Lovely little chop back.
That's good. Dropped him.
Yeah. He just put his arms out.
Yeah. Simple. That's a free kick to us. Nice position. Nice little chip to Bentega's head would be nice as well.
Just to answer you, Ash, we did talk about it a little bit earlier on, but Klein's got a back injury by all accounts. Although I was concerned that his contract might have expired and we haven't heard whether it's been renewed or not, but apparently it is an injury.
Yeah, apparently his contract expires at the end of the month rather than at the beginning, so we've got a bit more time.
Ball into box, back post.
Header
back.
One more!
Oh.
No! Oh.
Whistle's gone either for a foul or potentially.
Oh, here we go. Hopefully this referee allows headers, because I swear if he gets another 2 yellow cards from trying to head the ball. Was it offside? It might be an offside. No.
There's a foul for that.
Foul for that. Oh, jeez, I'm scared. I'm scared. Who is the ref? HRs, but I don't know who is.
David Coote was refereeing the Spurs Leeds game earlier on, so it's definitely
the same, aren't they?
Right there.
They're all the same, so I don't know. At least he didn't give a yellow card. Whoever it is.
Indeed.
Yeah. Free kick though to Sheffield United. 25 minutes gone by. Pretty solid so far. Created them chances and finished it clinical in front of goal. One of them, but of course could create more. Sheffield United are poor.
Yeah,
they are poor. They are very what have they done going forward? I like the idea. They like switching it, but they just can't execute it. It's just not there.
I mean, I get really uncomfortable when I see us playing a team that's just creating nothing and doesn't look like creating anything. Because I worry about complacency. But they look, dare I say, they look a relegated team already.
Yeah, which is harsh.
It really is. I don't feel good saying it. Well, I feel a little bit good saying it.
I like the fact that they play a different style of football. It's something that we complain about Roy's tactics 99% of the time, saying it's boring, 4-4-2, no creativity and all of that. But they're trying something at least.
Yeah, they are. But have you noticed the thing that they did so much last season with the sort of rampaging centre backs coming? At least one of them would come out of that back three and steam up the pitch. They kind of do it still, but it's just not done with the same pace, urgency.
They're missing someone. I forgot his name. And the Sheffield United fan said that it's going to sound weird, but missing that one centre back with the style of football that we play has caused us loads and loads of problems. Because they can't do it as effectively and they don't really change their system. I forgot his name. Yeah, but they are missing someone, which is
right. You can Google it at some point, maybe.
Jack.
I know, I'm just trying to think who's playing today. So it's Ender Stevens is in there, isn't he?
Yeah, O'Connell. Yeah, he is. Yeah, it is O'Connell.
There you go,
Yeah,
O'Connell.
they are missing him, and that's why they basically said that we only got one centre back which can do it as effectively. So, yeah, but that's not our problem right now. 2 shots on target.
No.
They've had no shots. They've had no attempts so far, and 26 minutes gone by. They're making us look half decent.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and it's nice to see Palace being able to play some football, isn't it? That's the main thing.
Well,
A little bit loose on the pass, but still battling away in the right area of the pitch as well. And it's nice. We're camped in the opposition half. This is good stuff.
I forgot who it was, but someone mentioned Maka saying, "I'm not too sure what he offers apart from just running around." What do you make of that, Hambo?
That's pretty much his thing, isn't it? I mean, I'm never going to criticise him.
Why did he do that
in any major way?
Did it work? Go on, Jeff. Oh no, it didn't work.
But you know what he is. Bit of a mistake down the left-hand side.
So keep it that way. Nice. Kouyaté block him.
Good defending, but they've still got it.
They are. Look at them. They just like how we got back. I like that, but they don't know how to counter-attack.
No, it's just so slow for them, and it's allowed us to get pretty much an entire team back in the box. But we haven't got the ball back yet, and that's the major thing.
Yeah, got loads of guys behind the ball.
To the back post here.
Go on, Ty.
Out of play, nothing going there. Grab them in there. They seemed out of ideas of how to actually do anything there, didn't they? But we don't want to give them too many opportunities like that. From our own mistakes for sure.
They helped us. They stopped it for us. They allowed every man to get back. I was very cool because he was through on goal, and then Kouyaté done a good job blocking his way, but literally no one there. Chris Wilder is annoyed as well.
But yeah, going back to MacArthur, he is a box-to-box player. Obviously the legs aren't quite as strong as they used to be, given the fact that he is getting on a little bit. But he's still got loads of energy, still got great stamina. But just playing every week, I don't think helps him. The kind of goals and assists that he used to get every season have dried up a little bit. But I suppose it's the argument was always that. What does he give you that somebody else can't? And when you look at somebody like Gyro, he just, he is a different type of player. He is more creative, has a bit more pace about him, which is sometimes not always noticed because he does play a fairly sort of languid style. But, at the same time, I don't necessarily agree with it, but Roy can look at someone like Maka and see the reliability that he gives you. You know what you're going to get week in, week out. You're going to get 100% commitment. And he's going to do the unfashionable stuff, the digging people out, the chasing, the harrying, the closing down space. That's what he gives you.
Yeah, just a box-to-box player. But of course, it'll be interesting to see how.
Go
on, Jeff. One more on the floor. Oh, he took that extra touch. If he just gave it to Benteke as soon as he received it, he was through.
See this again.
Look, Jeff gives it to Wilf.
Yeah.
And there, look, his front. Oh, jeez, I messed up.
I mean, it's good defending, to be honest. Just that little nudge ahead of Benteke.
Yeah, gave it a bit late. Wilf was annoyed about it. I don't know why. Yeah, I agree, bro. It needs to be first time from Wilf there. Benteke was through on goal. He couldn't do nothing about it when he's right in front of the goalkeeper. But chance wasted. I don't mind that. We created something at least.
Stuff, and it's Christine's comment about Luka observing COVID guidelines on the pitch 2 meters from any other player at all times. But he wishes he could have done that on New Year's Eve now. But there you go.
I don't think he wished that.
Yeah. So close the door now has noticed my T-shirt. So Diyar, I don't know if it's a break in play where we could potentially talk about our new sponsor. Are you keen to do so?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Look, I'm happy to talk about it, but we didn't really plan much for this stream. But in future episodes, you'll hear more about it. But we are
obviously, we are sponsored by Pitch Sport Football. You'll see it on the ticker down the bottom quite often. There are shows sponsored for the season. We've also got a sponsorship with Manscaped. They are exactly what they sound like.
I will say as it is. Look, if you have balls. That needs Yeah, even if you don't, that needs trimming. Trust me, it does wonders. You don't want to have a jungle down there. So if you want, if you want to get rid of that jungle, all you have to do is go to manscaped.com and use the code BOTN, and you can get 20% off. Support the channel and support your balls. So it's free help. So if you want to do it, and I'll show you what comes in the package after as well. Look, I've got things planned for this man.
Wait, can we clarify? He doesn't mean that package. He means
no. I don't
not going to show you his package.
Yeah. I'm not going to show my package. I'm going to show the package that you could potentially receive by using that code as well. But that's what the channel.
Unless there's anything else going on. Well, I want to see if there's anything else going on. Just to make people aware, you might have, if you're a podcast fan like me, you might have heard on some of the US-based podcasts, you might have heard them being advertised already. So they have just launched in the UK. They sent us a whole bunch of stuff that Diyar's talking about there. Nice box.
Hambo, you see my reaction to it.
Your unboxing video, which we will have to share, is incredible. I think I've never seen anyone quite so excited about the concept of ball deodorant in my life.
I've never seen a ball deodorant before. Look, from where I'm from, down at Sellers, we don't really use ball deodorants. We don't have that luxury. I didn't even know it existed until I opened the box. And there's a toner as well.
Yeah, there's a ball toner.
Baddies are still playing. Baddies are still playing. Sorry if you guys are not.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say about it is that there are some people out there who would never have even thought of giving themselves a bit of a freshen up in in the downstairs area. Hey, give it a try.
Look, give it a try. You feel like at least
hygiene.
No, yeah, hygiene one, and at least a good 5 kg off your body as well. Like you'll feel. Try go for a run, and trust me, you're gonna be faster. I'm just telling you that. Like it does make a difference, and that's why athletes do shave a lot. But look, you'll never see a hairy athlete out there. Look at all these footballers.
Well, some Eastern European. No, let's not go there. So, no, that's quite enough from us. We'll hear more about our sponsor throughout the course of the month. And do check them out. Go to manscaped.com, as Diyar said. You can use the code BOTN for 20% off. But check it out. I've got to say, I was very, very happy with the stuff they sent us. And we feel very special to be involved. And look, I mean, there's the slogan. Can you see it?
Your balls will thank you.
Your balls will thank you. Or someone else's balls might thank you. Anyway, on we go.
Who's down injured?
Sloppy.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the area he's holding. It's under his knee. It doesn't look good. We were talking about balls, but we don't know what. See, this is what we have to make sure we time it right. What happened to him?
Don't know if hopefully they'll show a replay or something, but he's making all sorts of faces at the minute. I think he might. I mean, he doesn't look in pain, but he looks a little bit resigned to not doing much, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Check out the knee. It's the knee, isn't it?
It is.
All the hamstring.
Oh, wait, he's pointing at his hamstring, I think. Or is it a knee?
They're showing it again here. So, they're showing, not showing Zaha down the left-hand side.
I don't know. If it had contact, at least that would be, it would make sense why he went down. But
yeah, I just didn't see
without contact, it's a bit worrying. You never know what he might have pulled. This is Evet Furkan Türk'üm. Hamstring, says Callum. Sheffield United 0 wins, 2 games.
Yeah, they're checking out the hamstring. I mean, if it is, you can't even. I mean, Eze's warming up to come on.
That's annoying.
So I'm gutted for Jeff. Gutted for Jeff, but I'm happy to see Eze, of course. But Schlupp's already made a huge contribution to this game, putting us ahead. Fantastic run and finish after some brilliant work from Benteke. So shame for Jeff. He's got himself injured. He does pick injuries up here and there.
It does look like his hamstring. I don't know what they're doing, trying to stretch it out. But that good thing about Eze coming on, that he can offer a bit more creativity. But now the only person with real pace in this side is Wilf. So
yeah. Well, I mean, Eze's quick, but he uses it in a different way, doesn't he? He slows the game down and then just has little bursts of acceleration. But you're right, it does take a little bit of pace out. I mean, Mitchell's got a lot of pace about him, but he doesn't go on the overlap quite as much, does he? So, but you're right. It does slow the team down a little bit. But having said that, it's not like we're playing an opponent that's got loads of pace either. So,
yeah. But how
you're going to tackle that question from Christine Diyar?
what happened?
Just in the comments, you can answer that question.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. I was in the shower, but it was none of that. It was none of that. I just came late out of the shower.
Hey, but Diyar, you can use the lawnmower 3.0 in the shower because it's waterproof, right?
Exactly. And they gave us newspapers as well, which you can put underneath so it doesn't get all messy.
Yeah. Trimming mats, yeah.
I thought they were actual newspapers.
I mean, I'm quite thankful.
The box.
Oh, go on. You might as well. There's such a long break in play here.
Yeah, exactly. While Jeff is down. Hopefully Jeff gets well.
Diyar's about to show you his box, everyone.
Look, this is what we received. First of all, when you see gold and things like that, your balls will thank you. You know someone's about to get serious. And then you got a ball deodorant. This is what I don't understand. Why else Eze's coming on? If you're just joining the stream, we haven't lost the plot. It's just there's an injury going on, so we're just quickly talking about this. A ball deodorant. What? How do I even use this? Do I spray it? I think you do. You just spray it on your balls.
You're not using it, Diyar.
No, I haven't used it yet. But when I do use it, I know it's going to feel amazing. So I'm just waiting for toner, a ball toner. And then you got this, and you got look. Listen. If you got if you're talking about jungle down there, you can research. Look, put this light towards it, and it's going to be fine. It's got light as well. Can you shave dog balls with it? I'm not too sure. I'll be honest with you. I don't want you to go shave your dog balls with it, and then something happens to your dog.
Well, the substitution is about to happen, Diyar. So, I wouldn't strongly advise using it on pets. Although I have to say, the ceramic blade is it's very forgiving.
But
there you go.
Remember, BOTM. That's the code if you want to use it. You get 20% off.
Here we go. The football started again, Diyar.
Yeah. So I put this Manscaped thing away. We'll talk about that later on. Eze comes on now. Let's see
any other long stoppages, Diyar, then you're going to have to give us a demonstration live. I think that's the only way to fill that.
I think it's a bit too explicit.
MTB Flats wasn't expecting this today when you tuned in. Well, we like to surprise our viewers.
Exactly. Just like they surprised us with the box.
Exactly.
So Eze on down the left-hand side. Sheffield Utd attacking, but we've pretty much handled them so well in the first half. Literally, I haven't had any moment where I'm like, oh God, nothing. We've handled them so well that
hang on, a little bit of mistake there. We'd let him in down the side. Good defending. Well done for Kouyaté getting out there, taking charge of the situation, got ourselves a throw. That's good defending. And we have defended well today, there's no doubt about it. They've not been a major threat, but we've got numbers back, we've got people around the ball, cutting off all the options, so they can't move it quickly, and when they get their head up, there's not enough on for them. So we're just stifling out that danger. We have got to be switched on. There's been a couple of little moments here and there where we have just been our own worst enemy. Another little loose pass there, but Wardy smashed it forward for Eze down the left. But there you go. It's just
a lot. He's been
indeed.
A couple of,
there you go. We're doing it again. Little switch off from Luca and Maka, not knowing which one of them was going to take it on.
Come on!
It's got to talk. Got to be focused.
Exactly. 4 minutes ago, you're a bit ahead of me. I don't know how I keep getting ahead of you. You keep getting ahead of you, but it makes no sense. What minute are you on?
I am on 41.20. How far ahead are you?
I'm on 41.20 now.
Okay, so a little pause for you, and there we go.
As soon as the substitution happened, it seemed like they got a bit more confidence boost. So we're just moving sloppy. I don't know why. We've been playing so great so far, but what are they going? They just keep switching. Sideways football.
Yeah. I mean, look at the numbers they've got. They are trying to operate in the spaces between our defence and our attack, which is sensible, but just not enough forward. Yeah. I mean,
go on. Track back. I don't like this.
We've got sold a little
back. Oh my!
Yeah, we've let them gradually push right up the pitch.
I don't know how this happened though. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They just got this boost all of a sudden. They start playing football.
Well, you wonder if that stoppage gave them a bit of an opportunity to get some messages onto the pitch rather than have to wait till half time. It kind of feels like that. And they're in down the right hand side here. Great save from Guaita at the near post.
What a save! Jeez.
Yeah, again, the man
we're talking about. Yeah, he saves us every single week, majority of the weeks, anyways. Even the Tottenham game, he saved us when he had that howler. But what happened? 40 minutes, we're talking about Manscaped and all of that, and then all of a sudden, Sheffield United are just going through.
Like so, I think they got a message onto the pitch, didn't they?
They're moving it faster. They're moving it way faster, going out wide, but they were doing that before. Maybe just the tempo, really.
Is tempo. I mean, they.
Look,
whenever they get at half time anyway, they're going to get a bollocking for what they did in the first half because they've been so slow and ponderous. But you like to see Palace respond to that. That's the most important thing. We're currently very much walking around the pitch, staying in shape, letting them pass it around the back. But if they start committing more players forward, we've really got to be switched on for both the danger and the potential to counter-attack as well.
Yeah, they're pretty much controlling it now. I wonder if it's because Eze came on a pitch and because they're targeting the left-hand side. Pretty much, our left-hand side. Ever since Schlupp has gone off. So I'm wondering if that's, maybe Eze isn't as good defensively, so let's target.
Oh, that's 100% true. Yeah, I mean, and also if you want to negate him, if you want to stop him playing to his strengths, you get him defending, don't you? It's what people used to do with Wilf on the left hand side. The best way to defend against him is to make him defend. So Eze's getting a bit of that at the moment. But I agree with Kaiser McAllister in the chat. He's saying we're making it hard for ourselves against a team that scores less than 10 this season. Oh, but no, he's not quite there. We are to some degree we are making it hard for ourselves. Certainly this last sort of 5-10 minutes. By just sitting off and seemingly at the best I could call it conserving energy, perhaps. But
I'm a bit worried. I'll be honest with you, Hambo.
Me too.
But I'm a bit worried about the second half. If they sent this message across and it's working, it's not a foul. I thought that was a foul.
They're not getting it.
But look, they are moving away.
Down
second half could be very long. I'll be honest with you guys.
Well, hopefully we get the chance to have that. Oh, cross to the back post, headed away, brilliant header there from Ward. That's what you do get with him at right back when he can tuck in and almost play as an extra centre back there, which was really good, really important at that moment. But we are just getting all sorts of pressure.
No one's got him. No one's got him. Get it out. Oh my days.
running the ball out, but yeah, again.
Go on, Will.
Oh, lovely Wolf there. Just
4 against 2.
Nutmeg.
4 against 2. Oi!
Yeah.
That's yellow.
Stupid foul. Is he going to get a card for that?
He has to.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's stupid because they had players back for it, but I'll take it. Last 5 minutes, we barely had the ball. They've been dominating us.
Yeah.
You don't want them to have that confidence going into the second half, but 5 minutes added on. Jeez.
I mean, how many times have I said this? But that's what Wilf gives you, isn't it? You just get a nothing ball out to him, and all of a sudden you're 40, 50 yards further up the pitch, and you've got a foul, got a free kick in a decent area. That's why he is the man.
Yeah. So, who's going to be taking set pieces now? Eze? Oh no, it's going to be Luka.
Still Luka. you did sigh a bit there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. That was a nice free kick.
Well, straight onto Wilf's head of all people. Remember, a couple of very, very nice headers he scored against Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton is always against Brighton.
I think it's two headers I've seen him score ever, and both against Brighton playoff semis, of course, for the first goal, and then there was another one when we went 3-0 up. I think we won 3-2 in the end. At home.
Yeah, it was at home. I remember Murray had a howler that game.
He did for them. He cleared more from the goal line for them, but for us basically. It's like he played for Palace that day.
Yeah, and we got away with that one. Well, if you're enjoying the stream so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Loads of Palace content coming up, especially with the transfer window opening up. And let us know your thoughts on the first half. Last 10 minutes possession, 87% Sheffield United. See, I'm not surprised because they have actually dominated us in the last. Yeah. I don't know what happened. But now we're through.
Okay. Look, we got a 3v3 here very quick. Oh, come on, you got to be quicker than that. We still got it.
slowed it down. How
Moved
did
past, but got away with that.
Jeez. It was against 3-2, and then
Just for a moment, yeah. I mean, he just didn't seem to trust his left foot to play across from out there, did he? Tried to cut back, and it was too late by then. But Wilfs dropped deep and moving it around. Oh, nice little overlap on this side. Corn Andros. Whip a ball in. Poor cross in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah. This has to work now because you can't bring off Eze off the bench for like the likes of Andros because he's already on it. So who else can come on for Andros? So this apart from Jordan Ayew, but this has to work now. We can't really.
Yeah, well, we saw Ayew brought on, didn't we, in the last game? I mean, obviously you don't want to, but you could stick Wilf out wide as well and bring back Shuai on at some point if you felt the need to change it. But yeah, I don't think there's any major need to change anything at the moment, personnel-wise. Just up that level a little bit, up that intensity, put Sheffield United under a bit more pressure on the ball. You can understand having a degree of confidence that they're not going to actually score, but we've started to give them too much of a way into this game.
Yeah, 2 more minutes ago. You stood up for you this first half.
Well, before we went off, Schlupp was really good. Just the energy levels were excellent. Wilf always stands out to me, even when he has a quiet game, and I think he's done really well. But got to say it, and people might not agree, but Benteke has just led the line superbly. So important in the first goal, as he was for the goal against Leicester as well. Just movement was superb. But for me, absolutely, got to say, Christian Benteke has been my standout for Palace.
Benteke. Interesting.
Here you go, and just down the right-hand side.
Come on.
Good spell of possession this after a little bit of a wobble, isn't it? Just got the ball back a little.
Now we go for
it. Here's Andros again. Out to Eze.
Nice. Oh, my days.
Nothing there.
Maybe not. Oh. Basically,
it's closing in on half time. 30 seconds to go on our clock. Sheffield United trying to play it out from the back a little bit here. Oh, got it back.
Yeah.
Luca.
Well, we're going to do anything with it. We're just passing it about.
We've had to knock it back. They are pressing now. They are really pressing.
Yeah. Don't concede it off. Oh, my. Be careful, Ty. What's going on?
Coyote trying to get a heart attack. Ask a ball out to Eze, though.
Yeah. Go on, Ed. Go on.
Hello. They've committed people forward.
Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? It's going high! It's going high! What a goal! What a goal! That's what I'm talking about! Beauty! Yeah, let's go! He makes it look easy. I love this guy, man. I love him. Look at him. He makes it look easy. Just ran past him like they were non-existent, like they were clones. Oh, my days. They're all the same. They just stood by him. He just walked. He walked and he scored. Come on. What a goal.
That finish, man. That finish is beautiful. Just that little side foot punch. I love it. Here we go. Just the whole thing again.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Look at him. He literally walked. He's like, all right, I'm going to go past you. All right. See you later, man. Bye, man. And then he just slots it in. Literally, run.
Perfect finish. Oh,
I want to manscape Eze. I don't know. I want manscape Eze. But if Eze wants to manscape, look at him. He looks like he wants a manscape. He's saying, look, 20% off. That's too fun money.
BOTN code.
Yeah, BOTN.
Well,
that's so easy. That's so easy. Come on.
About 400 times you've said too easy. That was easy. Makes it look so easy. Not once did you change easy to Eze for a joke. Come on, mate.
Oh, I love him.
Thank you, H in the chat. To Eze. Exactly, my friend. That is half time. Absolutely fantastic.
Easy. Luke says Royale. 100% agree. Enough is enough. 3-1. Look,
come on, we got massively overexcited about beating West Brom, didn't we? I'm not going to get overexcited about beating Sheffield United.
Yeah. All right, cool. We'll talk about. I know you're going to get angry, but talking about Roy. Let's not talk about Roy. Eze deserves 70% off Manscaped. 100%. I'll donate the 50%. If they can't give it, I'll give Eze the 50%, and you can use the 20% codes and get 70% off. But Palace 2, Sheffield United 0. We talked about it. You know, the majority of the games that they win, or they lose, not win, because they don't win many games. Sorry for your Sheffield United fan watching this. Majority of the games that they lose, it's always 1-0. So good to see that we scored 2 goals in the first half. Bit slow towards the end, but Eze and Jeff Special once again stands out.
Well, there's a key moment in there, wasn't there, Diyar, right? And that was they clearly got a message onto the pitch when Schlupp was down, right? 100%. Because we struggled after the restart. But what they did, obviously, was commit people forward. And that just opened it up for that counter-attack. And it's those tiny margins. You know, we could have gone in at half-time, 1-0 up, maybe even 1-1, given the chances that they were starting to create. And we'd have been feeling extremely frustrated and angry about that. But then somebody... Well, Eze just does what he does. You know, we talked about him not starting. We talked about how excited, even though I was gutted that Jeff got injured, talked about how excited I was to see Eze play. And that's why, you know, he does, as you say, make the game way too easy sometimes. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Earth says, Theo, you'll have to get your gadgets out from now on, as this is a lucky charm. Yes.
What's in the top corner of your screen, Diyar? There's a shape.
What is that? Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's my lighting. So, lots of comments coming through. 2-0. Eze's better than Shalom. 100% Heskiv. 100%. Stop mentioning that name, though. I'm getting annoyed. Every time you mention that name, Shalom, it gets annoying because we've got Eze. You keep talking about that guy over in Russia. Eze fire. Eze made it look easy. If Eze was playing Cam, he'll do that every game. 100%. He's playing our position right now. And Michael says good first half on Palace. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't hard to watch at times, but you know you can only play the opposition that's in front of you, and they slowed the game down. They did what we do defensively, sort of cut out a lot of the spaces, and we've had to, you know, let's not be negative to Palace. We've had to play really well up top to get the goals that we've had. Both goals were really strong goals. The first one, an excellent team goal, and the second one, a bit of individual brilliance, taking advantage of a bit of space. So. Huge praise to the players, particularly the forward players, in that situation.
Yeah, Eze's best position is on the left, says Palace fan. He disagrees. I think it's down the middle when you give him the creativity. But Heskiv says commentators still we can't listen to the commentators, but apparently the commentators still manage to shoehorn a Leeds reference in after Ebscott saying that Bielsa said he's a great talent.
Bielsa. I mean, yeah, he just obviously
he did. Yeah. Sorry, it's some names.
But honestly, I mean, I tweeted about it earlier on, and I just the hero worship of that guy is insane. He's obviously a decent manager with a good reputation, but when you're watching his Leeds team get sort of dismantled by Spurs, and he's just doing the same things wrong over and over and over, you think, why are we hero worshipping the guy? They were praising him for crouching. That's good, isn't it? Well done, Bielsa, for crouching for a long period of time. That's what they were saying. Yeah, but anyway, he is right. Eze is a great talent.
So I'll read Gareth before Michael. Gareth says, "Can someone print not for sale on Eze's shirt, please? What a goal!" You know what? I didn't really think about it that much, but recently it's coming to my head, and other fans have said it as well, non-Palace fans. Well, if he's playing this good, are you sure you're going to be able to keep him? Because I'm talking about Eze for the next 5 to 6 years. It might be a bit early, but contract extension?
Look, I mean, you do want to protect your investment. You do want to look after your players. But look, he's got here. It's his first season in the Premier League. I'm sure he would say he's still got a lot to learn, and you just wonder about how good he's going to be. Look, if you look at how good he is now and how quickly he's adapted to the Premier League and the type of things he's doing, you know, look at both the goals he scored. You know, the free kick is insane. That individual talent is out of this world. Obviously, if he continues to develop as a footballer, maybe even adds that little bit of defensive play to his game, it's going to be very hard to keep him at Palace if we don't elevate ourselves to a higher level as a club. So, you know, that's your hope. Your hope is that we progress enough to be able to keep him for longer. But, you know, a bigger club with more resources will obviously try and come and get him at some point if he carries on this way. But we shouldn't be depressed about that. We should be thinking that, I dare say, given the setbacks he's had in his career and and the fact that he's got here, he will have a degree of appreciation and loyalty to Palace for a little while, I'm sure.
Yeah. Dina says around the 60th minute, I'd like to see Roy rest on players and bring on others. Read Rod Batshuayi. Yeah, if it's 2-0 around the 60th minute or 75th minute for Roy's sake, yeah, 100. Bring on Michi for the likes of Benteke. Not that Benteke's having a bad game, but Michi, this is a perfect opportunity to play him. He hasn't really played that much as of recently. So if it's 2-0 up, then give him a chance. Give him a confidence boost as well. Tim says, yeah, go on.
I was going to say that just goes back to the whole discussion over Roy and how he uses a squad. Absolutely right. He should be looking at giving people minutes on the pitch, resting certain people, giving people exposure to the first team. He can't do that because there's none of them on the bench. But that's the kind of stuff. If you're in this game, if it seems to be one, you don't want to count your chickens too early. But at the same time, 60, 65 minutes is a great time if you're comfortably winning to get different people on the pitch. But what you don't want to do is take an unnecessary risk. These 3 points, if we can keep them, are so important to us right now. Let's not forget that the recent run, even though we had a good 3 games before it, the recent run has dragged us back down the table, and we're back looking over our shoulder. Today would go a long way to changing that.
Yeah, look, I have to read this comment out because it is true. Luke says, "Why are we so excited about beating Sheffield United? It's just Sheffield."
I'm excited anytime I see Palace score goals, quite frankly.
Goals. When's the last time we scored against Leicester? But we don't really score that many goals as of late. So I'm excited by that. But 100%, I agree with you, Luke. Like,
yeah, I totally get it. But
even consider, you can't really be upset about it as well. We're still winning and we deserve to be winning. So I think all of us realize, well, me and Hambo, I know I do, and Hambo, you said the West Brom game. We know Palace for long. We're not getting carried away with it, saying, "Oh, European football, 2 goals in first half," But it's good that we're winning. We're doing what we should be doing because there were excuses before the game saying, "Oh, we tend to lose against Sheffield United," but yeah, we can say that, but we still should be beating them, and we are. And that's
exactly. This is delivering what we needed to deliver, and again, at times it's not been great to watch either. So that's also something that's in the back of my mind. But you've got to enjoy scoring goals. You've got to enjoy winning games, whether you're a fan of the manager or not. Everyone knows I'm not, but I'm delighted that my pre-match concerns seem to have gone out of the window. I can't be anything other than happy about that. And to watch, as I said before, watch a beautiful team go in the early stages, and then to watch Eze do what he did. What more can I ask for as a Palace fan in those moments? Nothing.
Exactly. So second half, we talked about a couple of changes like that. Bembo is still seeing Gerrard in. We'll leave the manager talk for now. After the game, we'll probably talk about the result and managers and all that other rubbish. But second half, there isn't really much to change. But then again, we was a bit worried in the last 10 minutes where they were pressuring us. And they had like 87% possession. So we still have to be wary about it. We can't be too complacent.
Yeah, they will feel. I mean, I'm sure Chris Wilder will look at that and think, that might be what cost us. It was the right thing for them to do because they were lacking pace, lacking urgency, lacking numbers forward, and they were 1-0 down and not showing any signs of getting out of it. So he was right, but it was that shift in just getting that extra body or two forward that allowed us the space. But you still can't legislate for the talent that Eze has. You really can't. Bad times for them, really bad times. But hey, we've got to take advantage of it. I need to go get myself my my lunch, Diyar. So I'm going to be a couple of minutes. Dave, you want to hang out with the guys?
I need to go get myself a drink. So I'll be back as well. We'll be back for the second half. But if you're watching on Facebook and Twitter, head over to our YouTube channel for the second half as well. So yeah, we'll be back.
Back in a bit. Well, I'm back. As Palace are about to kick off, Chris Wilder looking very, very angry about the fact the goal was scored in the 5th minute, possibly into the 6th minute of added time. But I don't think he could be too angry about that. There was a long stoppage and a sub after it, so I think it was fairly legit. But probably be a bit more angry with his team for conceding when they did. Here he is.
Yeah, we're back for the second half. The second half has kicked off. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitter, head over to our YouTube channel. And yeah, let's see Palace hopefully hold this lead and get the win that is much needed. Only 6 wins in 25 going into this game, I believe, which is just poor. Like
nine in a calendar year, 9 wins in a calendar year. Is we played a lot of games.
Let's change it. Let's change this to this, Hambo.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, but here there's too much empty space.
I know you. I've got loads of stuff. You need some posters on your walls.
Nah, this is full screen of Hambo's face.
You can't see the manscape.
You can see it there as well. But
anyway, so we're obviously, those of you watching along will know we're a couple of minutes behind you. So yeah, as has been said in the chat, Benteke's down on his haunches, just sitting down. So that does not look a good sign. Doesn't look like an impact injury of any kind.
Bring on Michi if he's down. I don't know why Jordan Ayew is coming on.
I mean, Roy at this point feels obsessed with Jordan Ayew, and we keep saying it. Great last season, wasn't he? Really, really strong last season, but this season he's been poor, and in particular against Liverpool, wasted some really good early opportunities, which might have seen that game take a different path. We were second best by a long, long way, but there's people screaming outside my house. I don't know what they're screaming at. Maybe it's the fact they've seen Jordan Ayew come on.
Yeah, they see Jordan Ayew come on. That's why they're screaming. Could you sync up, guys? Thanks. What minute are you on?
So I'm on 46.50 now.
46.50 out. I can't even see it because they're showing the sub.
46.50.
I'm on 47.23.
That's fine. I can fast forward. I'm now on 47.35. 47.30.
Now.
What are you on now? What?
I was on 47.30. You'd said
okay. I'm on
36, 37, 38,
okay.
39, 40, 41, 42,
sorted.
43.
Right. Shut up, man.
Right, we're synced up now. Any changes? Did Benteke actually come off for Ayew? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yep. So we've got Jordan Ayew up with Wilfried Zaha now. Obviously, the other change was Eze for Schlupp in the first half. So we've only got one more sub we can make, and it's 48 minutes on the clock. That's not happened too often. But
what a goal is trending.
Sorry, say again.
What a goal is trending on Twitter.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm concerned. I'm concerned with Benteke being injured because it didn't look good. Whether that's another hamstring, who knows? But if that's two injuries, that you're talking 2-3 weeks minimum, generally speaking. For a strain, longer if it's worse. So that's those two players missing for a good couple of weeks at least, which will be a concern going into the rest of the fixtures. Oh, nice play from Eze. Wilf not quite finding him, but it's back with Wilf again. Good intent from Palace early on in this second half.
Yeah,
Mitchell with a good little cross, but cut out there.
Should have been Michi coming on, in my opinion. I'll be honest with you. I would have liked Ayew to start against Wolves in the cup, but yeah.
Well, then Michi has to play against Wolves in the cup, I guess. But
yeah.
Oh dear.
I would have preferred him in this game. We're talking about the subs being in the 75th minute mark and Michi coming on. Didn't really expect Ayew to come on. I don't understand it, but we're winning 2-0. So I let this one slide for now.
I mean, I don't know what it says about Michy Batshuayi's future, at Palace. Whether there is potential scope to terminate that loan if he wants to terminate it. Palace want to terminate it, and obviously it would need Chelsea to agree with that as well. But at the moment, he's not getting really any football. Just looking at Luca there.
Yeah, he's down as well.
It looks like he's just doing his laces, but They really need an injury
Waste of
crisis
space,
right now.
loan space. Yeah, it's wasteful loan space, isn't it? Is there a point of even keeping him if it's not gonna have? If Jordan I is gonna always be selected ahead of him.
Yeah, but it also makes it harder for him to play his way into any kind of position of strength in the squad as well. And a lot of players suffer from that. I don't expect him to come on today. I think the final sub will probably be Riedewald for one of the midfield. So you just got to wonder how is he going to get himself match fit and as strikers will always need a couple of games to get up to the level. But there you go, splitting hairs at the moment, but it's not great for him.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I wonder what he makes of it as well.
Ash is asking to start Butland in the cup. Absolutely,
Yeah,
definitely.
and
That's nothing to do with Guaita at all. But you've got to give your reserve keeper. You've got to give him a taste, and the cup draw is not great for us. Let's face it. Wolves tend to be pretty good against us of late. They'll probably fancy a cup run themselves. They're a good enough team to do it, and got a strong enough squad to do it.
Beat them in a cup. Did we beat them last January? Remember when I scored? Was it last? I can't remember when it was. Pretty sure.
I don't test my memory at the moment.
When I scored that goal, his first goal for Palace, and he started crying on the pitch.
It wasn't the season before, maybe. Well, it was the season before. When he was struggling on loan, wasn't he? So.
Yeah. Well,
good free kick for Palace here. Townsend looks like he'll be taking it from the right flank, left-footed, swinging it into the box. Got a few bodies forward, but not too many. Headed out at the near post area though.
I want to see what Ari does in this game. I want to see because he needs to kick on sooner rather than later. He's had a slow start to the season, so perfect opportunity for him. And Roy keeps having this trust in him. So, guess Hennessy's injured. Yeah, Hennessy's not even in the squad.
Not in the squad, no. And that's likely to change for the season. We won't see him this season. I think he's out of contract as well, isn't he? So might have seen him play his last game for Palace, considering we've now got Butland. According to the channel here, it's not. Palace showing good intent to get forward, but seems a little bit disjointed. I think Benteke going off has just unsettled that front line a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, we haven't got an aerial threat up there.
No. You have to just change the way you play a little bit. Obviously, we can't just punt the ball to Benteke looking for flick-ons when we're under pressure anymore. We've got to try and play it around that a little bit more, which, sometimes it's all. This particular game, it doesn't feel like that's going to be too much of a problem for us, but, we'll see in the next few minutes. MTV Flats asking how bad the Benteke injury looked. It's hard to say because, he was just sat down on the floor all of a sudden. So that usually tells you that a muscle's gone. If it's a pull, usually you get them, they'll hobble off the pitch or, put their hand up, signal for a sub and just trot around for a bit. To actually be sat down means that, he's really felt it go. So to me, that's probably, again, you're probably looking at hamstring or calf, and probably a fair few weeks out.
Is it to do with fatigue, do you reckon?
It could be. He's not played game after game for a long time, has he? So it could just be the impact of that.
We had loads of games in December, and
there you go. John Gibbs saying it's a dead leg that he got in the first half. Hope that's the case. If so, it will just be a short period of rest for him. But I don't know. I don't know if a dead leg just sits you down like that. And
at least we've got a cup game on Friday, so nothing majorly important because I doubt Roy is going to look at it with all seriousness and say that, we can go on a cup run. Even though a cup run would be good. I would love a cup run. But
indeed. Christine, lunch is a caramel frappe flavoured shake. It's delicious.
What is that? Is that your diet routine?
Yeah, I'm not allowed real food. I'm too fat. Here we go. Just Townsend to Eze.
Go on, Ez.
Go on,
Ez.
Oh,
Go on.
Cannot get the ball
Go
off
on.
him.
Oh, it's just so cold. So cold. Just can't touch him.
Andros chip towards the back post. Zaha
What?
heads it across.
No.
Zaha's down now.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
I think it might have just been a little, like maybe stood on his foot. Maybe I hope
Where's it
it's
hard?
nothing too dramatic.
Where is he holding? Is it? What
Heads
happened? Is it the way he landed?
all across, but yeah, we can't tell.
I swear this is gonna be like a defeat in a way. We're 3 injuries and whilst we're winning.
Oh, there's a handball in there.
Hold up.
Egan's handballed that.
We had a similar incident last game where they didn't look at it as well.
Well, IU's claimed it, so they've got to check it on VAR. I don't know if anyone listening to the commentary can tell me if they've checked it on VAR, but they have to.
Well, where's he holding?
Oh, well, it's ankle, isn't it?
The way he landed.
If it's just a little twist of the ankle, I mean, he could probably play through it, and whether you would make him do so or not.
Is there a point?
But obviously, could possibly not. But if it's any worse than that, yeah, get him off, get him rested straight away.
I don't know. Yeah, there isn't really a point of playing him if it's his ankle.
Back on his feet.
It looks hurt.
Yeah, like I say, it just depends if it's just that little impact and whether you can just run that off. You can run, twisted ankle off, but do we want him to? It's just a risk, isn't it? If somebody else drops injured in the next few minutes and you've already taken him off, you used to do your subs. You don't want to be playing for a long period of time with 10 men, unless you're Villa against Palace, in which case it makes it easier.
Exactly. Well, it seems like he's staying on. I can't see anyone. Can't really see the bench. That's why. But you should. I don't know. Everyone's saying, well, not everyone. MTB Flat saying VAR is a failure. Puncher Bag says shambolic VAR. They didn't check it, did they? I didn't get anything on my.
Again, unless someone could tell us that they did check it. If they checked it and they said no, then it's inconsistent. If they didn't check it at all, there you go. Christine's saying they checked it. So they said no. Again, it's just inconsistency, isn't it? We've seen penalties given for that, several times this season, and a fair bit since VAR came in. You'd see if goal was disallowed for that. If that had been one of our players who put the ball in the net, that goal would have probably been disallowed. So it just leaves you more and more uncertain. And part of it is VAR, but part of it, as always, is the people who are controlling it as well. What are they thinking? What's the guidelines this week? But there we go. Would have been a welcome penalty, but we don't get it.
Oh, that's a decent ball from Luca, even though I'm just going to get to it.
Yeah, it's the right idea. But yeah, just a little bit too close to the keeper. Obviously, the keeper don't come out there. It's a slightly different story, really.
Yeah. Make sure to leave a like if you're enjoying the stream and also subscribe. It helps out a lot. Takes a second. So, yeah, leave that like button. We're winning.
You can like when we're not winning as well.
Yeah, but then there isn't much to like about.
No.
Now you got no excuses. Jordan, are you just staring, looking as annoyed as he always does?
Yeah, that's weird though, isn't it? He looks like that if he's scored a goal or if he's missed a chance or if it's his birthday.
IU celebration basically with that goal. He just straight faced it.
Every time I see Jordan Ayew with that look on his face, I always think about that picture from the training ground when they got him a Colin the Caterpillar cake. Did you see that one?
No.
I'll have to try and dig that photo out. I can't remember where it was, but he's just standing there miserable with a big green caterpillar cake for his birthday. It just made me laugh so much.
Oi! He kicked that tire, but oh well, I'll take that. Patrick's reaction when we're losing is good enough for like. Patrick knew that would be winning, that's why he disappeared.
Exactly, yeah. He doesn't.
Or maybe it's just a curse. Maybe Patrick's a curse.
He's been a curse before, as he'll tell you.
Yeah. Next week when he's back. Nice clearance from Palace. Just Very much
So just coming up to the hour, Diyar, and there's not really been any threat in this second half at all from Sheffield United, has there?
Yeah.
Callum's using Patrick's catchphrase of "Get him out of my club." There,
Yeah. There's no one to get out.
no one today.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Roy maybe, and obviously PVA's not playing. So
Yeah.
um,
About Roy after the Wolves game, don't worry, everything will come back to normal that game. Let's just enjoy this moment while it's the last.
slightly jinxed it. The Sheffield United have got forward for the first time this half now. Good defending there. Lucas come back well, worked well with Mitchell. Up to Ayew, doing the job of holding it, but again, playing it basically at left back there. Oh, good ball out. Here we go. A couple of good passes there, and it's MacArthur on the left wing somehow.
Go on, Macca.
He's had to cut back in there. Good feet, done well, and we still got it. No one with Townsend in the middle there, but is that a foul?
Andros?
Yeah. It's a foul. Oh, here he comes. Ryan Brewster.
Yeah, apparently, talked to the Sheffield United fan for the opposition preview. He said how Brewster, Liverpool knew that they needed a striker, and he's overpriced. He's just not ready for it now. He's saying that if they went down to the Championship, he probably would have scored 15 to 20 goals, but in the Premier League, he's just not ready for it. So you know what that means. Brewster had inbounds in half an hour.
He's a really good young player, and one obviously we like very much. But yeah, the finances made it well out of our interest, if you like.
Clause as well, where what was it? The buyback?
It was a buyback in it as well. Liverpool wanted the right to buy back at a specific, relatively low price.
I would have liked him at Palace, but when we first linked with him, but of course, looking at it now in hindsight, it is a Sarav.
Yeah, I don't see anything in how he plays, how that would possibly suit how we play. I think it would have been a mistake. But, under Roy, I think it would be potentially a very good player to have for the future. And who knows what the future holds. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to solve Sheffield United's goal scoring woes because they aren't really going to be playing to his strengths either. It's going to be a tough experience for him.
He's got 8 goals all season long. It's not only a Brewster thing as well. You can't just blame on one player. If it was like Wilf not being in a Palace side, then you'll understand because he's that important to us. But you can't just rely on Brewster to be that important that early.
I'll just say that was brilliant from Luca there. I know people will rightly be angry at him at the moment, but little flick to win the ball back over his shoulder, perfect control, beautiful pass, lovely.
Have they made anything? Yeah, they made the Brewster. Any other changes apart from Brewster? I can't remember. I think they've only made one change.
No, I don't think so.
They've only got 6 players on the bench. So,
yeah.
They're limited with options. H is actually, I'll read out H. I think Brewster would have been a good loan with option to buy. And Zai, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Would you take Xhaka?
No.
Looking at Arsenal right now, they're not doing that great, are they? Even though good result against Brighton. That's a foul. What? Oh, don't do that. Hit him on the face. You know how Bar is. Don't do that. Come on. Oh, hopefully they don't look back at that. Oh, don't look back at that. You literally slapped him in the face.
Yes, yeah.
Don't look back at that. It's like, don't let the ball go out. Just keep the ball in play. Don't let it go out by any means for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, I got him down.
Stay on.
Good defended.
Jeez, he went out of play. Jack is pretty much the same player as Luca, says H. Yeah, I don't know if I'll take anyone. But that is a foul, though. I'm watching this again.
Yeah.
That's a fucking foul. That is a foul.
I mean, he said something to Wilf as well, hasn't he? That's why he's reacted, but he shouldn't have done it. It's nothing.
Slapped him on his head. Move along. You can't do nothing about it. Look at him. Looking at the linesman. But no, that's a foul. That was a foul. Now
see the reaction now, the laughing now. That's the reaction he needs. Just laugh it off. Don't give anyone an excuse to say anything else, But there we go. Nothing's come of it. So on we go.
Yeah, that's first the handball decision. Didn't know there's a hand
Watch those
card.
hand cards, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are hand cards. You hold the card in your hand. But the handball decision. First it was that, and now this. I think that should have been looked at by VAR, unless they did look at it. But that looked like a foul. Watching it back on the replay on Wilf, literally blocked.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it in or out of the area? They can't look at it if it's out of the area. It looked borderline, didn't it? So.
Yeah, it looked in the area. Maybe it was out, as you said. But yeah, have they had any attempts in this half?
No, I mean, so they've got in a couple
they
of times in the last few minutes, but no, they haven't. They're a struggling team, and at the moment we can play at a relatively sedate pace and see if we can create anything up the other end, but not feel too much pressure about it.
Yeah, Kaiser, I don't know as well. Apparently, Hambo said he might have been out of the box, but if he was in the box, even if he was out of the box, it should have been a foul regardless.
Yeah, it should have been, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
No, VAR could have checked it and seen if it was a penalty or not, but like that was a foul. And yeah, we always do get lately the refs have been moving mad. I realize this, Hambo. What game was it? What game was it? The last game? There was the Benteke situation with West Ham. There was that. And in this game, the referees missed a couple good chances. We haven't really talked about the ref as much this season, apart from the last couple of games.
He's going to book Eze for that. I need to see that
again. Don't. How are you booking it? How was that not a foul on Wilf and you're booking Eze for that? What?
I mean, he doesn't seem too upset by it, but let's have a look. I thought that was just a 50-50.
Let's see.
He's got the ball. Barely touched the player.
Man,
have a look at that again. It's a little bit dangerous having your foot off the floor like that, but he's got the ball.
I don't know. I don't know these referees. They're all on different planets.
Yeah.
Sheffield are going down mostly. Who would you take from them? Would you take anyone from them? H says I'll get Pudu from Sheffield. Says,
is he still a Chelsea player, or did they sign him permanently?
I don't even know. I don't know. You know, that's a good shot. What happened?
No, I'm just trying to see what's going on there. But no, I'm just trying to think of Sheffield United players that I would want. I mean, John Fleck's been really good for them, but it would just be another relatively short Scottish midfielder. So I'm not really sure. I think
McAvee too.
But yeah, not too much.
It is alone, says Ash. They've only had 2 attempts on target. 2 attempts, 1 on target. So that one shot they had was it the first half one? Yeah, it was. I think they had a shot in first half.
Yeah, they created absolutely nothing. Yeah, we're coming up to 68 minutes. They're 2-0 down, and you know, if I was a Sheffield United fan looking at this, I'd be looking at that as 0 response, and I'd be getting really, really irate on social media about it. So I don't really see what they're trying to do.
Even the goal that we conceded, like Eze, don't get me wrong, that goal was cold, but that defending was poor. Like the way you just glided past them, they should have definitely done better. Definitely.
Yeah, they were scared to make a challenge for sure, and I suppose partly they might have done a bit of work on him as a player pre-game, and that might have just put the fear into them of making that challenge. But it was, he's just too good, isn't he? It's so hard to get the ball off him. And just as I said before, he has those little bursts of pace, those little changes of direction that are just a defender's nightmare. But it's poor from them for sure.
Corner for Palace. Andros is taking it. Come on, let's get
talk about Sander Berg or Berger, depending on how you pronounce it, at Sheffield United. Yeah, you're right. He's a good player. I
don't think they'll be annoyed. You know what? I don't think they're annoyed on social media anymore. You feel so numb to it. Like 2 points in how many games? What?
It's a cool call. It was, fairly easily won by Kuyate at the back, but there was no one really to head it to. We're not taking any big risks, are we? Let's face it.
They still want him as a manager, I think. That's what it's
which is
crazy.
As you said
crazy
earlier,
looking from the outside.
But as you said earlier, it's not about Wilder. It's not about him. It's I don't. Who's going to come in and do much better with that squad at the moment? I mean, especially looking at today, where they can only name 6 subs. it's difficult circumstances for them. I don't think that they would benefit. I think Wilder got them up in difficult circumstances, kept them up in difficult circumstances. So penalising him for doing that seems odd. But it's very easy to say that when you've got no emotional investment in the football club. And people will be saying the same thing about Roy Hodgson to us, saying, obviously, Roy has kept you in the Premier League for a long period of time. He's dependable. You can trust him. You know what he's doing. He's got the best interest of your club at heart, blah, 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 blah. But when you're actually in the middle of it, watching it, and you're watching people not get opportunities,
week in, week
out, odd subs, you feel very differently.
Yeah. Besides Sheffield, who else do you think is getting relegated? I reckon, I don't know, West Brom, I feel like they'll still stay up.
I don't. I mean, I rate Allardyce, but I don't think he'll keep them up. They've not got enough. They're just not
but they got this window.
Yeah, but they're just not good enough. He hasn't. I thought it was a really odd decision for him to take that job because I don't think that squad is anywhere near good enough. And Brighton have had they play reasonable football, but they have had.
Yeah, I think they're in trouble.
Such a bad year.
I think they're in trouble. Yeah, I think Sheffield United, Brighton. I think West Brom will stay up. I really do think that. I think West Brom will stay up. I know people. You can say that they haven't got a good enough squad, but when Sam Allardyce came to us, did he have an immediate impact? No, not at all. No, you have to take a bit of time, and we'll see the best out of them. They've got a result against Liverpool. They'll have games like that. They'll pick up points, and I think Brighton's going to go down. And I don't know the last spot. I might be a fool, but Fulham just give me, I feel like they could still stay up. I really do think that
they got some good players, but yeah, I think they're definitely there or thereabouts. So I'm probably hoping more than expecting for Brighton. It probably would be Fulham in the three we're talking about. But I don't know. We've got as many wins at the Amex in the calendar year as Brighton have, one each. It's quite fantastic.
Yeah. Leipzig have won more home games against Premier League sides than Brighton have all year. There's shit.
Jordan nearly in there.
Yeah. Fulham will be this year's Villa.
It was last year. Like I said this year. You're right.
Nippon said Sheffield, Brighton, Arsenal. Nah, you know what? I love fans of Arsenal, but they'll probably stay up. They'll stay up, unless something drastic happens again. But yeah, they're acting like they won the league when they beat. Who was it?
Good interception here from MacArthur. Got numbers forward. Oh, that's just
too slow.
I mean, there's no pace there, is there, from Mac? You don't expect that from him. There you go.
Brighton, Sheffield, and Arsenal. Lots of people saying Arsenal. I don't know if you guys are trolling him, but if you are, keep up.
I mean, you just enjoy it, wouldn't you? It'd be one of the best things that had ever happened if Arsenal went down.
Yeah, they just picked up a couple points. I don't know. Ayu's so shit. Does Ayu's
fantastic defending from Tyreek Mitchell again.
I don't know why, Daniel. I agree. I agree with certain part of that. I don't know about him sucking up Roy, but what's it called? He just ain't good enough this season. And if you're saying he is, then prove it. Like he's got that one goal, which was literally it was against Leeds, and it was harder to miss. And he doesn't really have an influence. Like maybe we change the system and that's negatively impacted him, but I just don't get it. Like, why don't you play Michi?
No, I agree with that. But I do think, he's I missed the Ayew of last season. That goal against West Ham, just one of my favourite moments at Selhurst, and because we haven't got to go back very much, obviously I got to go to the Spurs game, but. That's the type of thing that I miss so much. The disbelief when he put that ball in the net, the quality that was there, and he has that quality, but he's just not shown it at all this season.
He hasn't showed it. I'm bored of this Ayew experiment. It's not working. He's not the same player from last season.
Corner here for Sheffield United. They've just flashed up a final 15 minutes goals conceded stat, and Palace are top with 11 goals conceded in the last 15 minutes of the game.
We're not boiling it now. They can't score. Even if you have an open goal, they'll probably start running back. They're allergic. I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but they've got no threat in front of goal. But yeah, if you can see the goal now,
White's had to save that down low, and that's
probably his first save.
Cross or a shot, but
enough.
But you know, a clean sheet's really important as well today. It really is, because we haven't seen one since the first game of the season. Got to be done.
Yeah, let's hope Wolves destroy Brighton today. 100. Hopefully they do. And that exciting football ain't working down there, which makes me happy.
Indeed.
Well, you do Palace fans anymore, Charlton or Brighton?
Sorry, say that again.
Sorry, you say what you was going to say. And then
I was going to say you said they play. What did you say? Attacking football, nice football. I can't remember now.
Exciting or whatever.
Exciting, yeah. I wouldn't call it exciting football. I would say they play.
They wanna be.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they are. They are. They play like they're a better team than they are.
Yeah, you know, that's like me on Football Manager. I admit it. That's what always gets sacked. But yeah, they wanna be that team, but they're not. I think. Yeah. Cool. Now I'll answer your question in a sec.
Straight to Ramsdale.
Yeah, brilliant corner. So Charlton or Brighton, Hambo? Who do you hate more? That's right, isn't it? Yeah, Charlton.
Charlton even as a football club still. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Them clowns. But it has to be Brighton, because they love giving it all when they're just so shit. Like, you think they're great.
I've been to the Valley plenty of times as an away fan, and I've been to the Withdean and the Amex plenty of times. You've never got the hostility from Charlton fans that you get from Brighton fans, and that's part of what makes a rivalry. You know, I can vividly remember it was when KG scored and we beat Charlton 1-0 at the Valley last time I went. I think it was. I don't remember going since then.
Nice pressing.
And after the game, there was a whole line of police separating, and you had all the Charlton fans screaming behind the row of police at the Palace fans. And then the police just stopped, and the two sets of fans came together, and everyone just stopped shouting and stopped talking. It's like
they're being clowns from day one. They're being clowns. There's a reason why we call them clowns. They are literally clowns. Like, there's no point talking about Palace and Charlton in the same sentence.
I mean, I don't like them. They're now just funny. It's just a funny thing that they exist rather than.
It's a circus, literally a circus down there. Even the new chairman, who tried to call out Steve Parish.
Yeah.
Shut up, man. Just stay in your own little show. Barely got a club down there.
I've told this story before on our podcast, but I once went out with a group of mates, and someone brought a few mates along, and one of them was a Charlton fan, and he had a tattoo on his arm, supposedly saying Charlton Athletic in big letters across his arm, but it actually said Charlon Athletic. It missed out a T in both words.
It sums them up.
And that, yeah, exactly. That is what Charlton are. They are.
That's their right there.
Why he showed me that? I said I was a Palace fan. He goes, "Oh, look," and I was like, "That says Charlon Athletic." And he's like, "Yeah, well, so you say it, isn't it? Charlton Athletic." I was like, "That's not why they did that. That tattoo artist was having a bit of fun with you, mate." Oh, good times.
Yeah. I hate Arsenal more than Tottenham. Yeah, just talking about loss of hate. We can't really talk about what's on the pitch because we're not really creating that much. But the midfielders have a solid game. I would say that.
What are you? He's done a couple.
Oh, he turned them. Go on.
Go on, Wilf.
Go on. One more. Shoot.
Still got it.
Shoot.
Still got it. And then it's eventually taken off.
Oh my days. Shoot. What the fuck?
No.
Oh,
there you go, a little bit of excitement for us there.
Look, we had something to talk about there, but yeah, the midfield, especially Luka. I don't know much about Maka. I haven't really seen it much, but Luka's done his job, like sitting back, holding, playing, all of that. I'll give him praise for that because I've been a high critic.
Right now, looking at the team, given the fact we've had a couple of injuries, right? If you're Roy and you're going to play Maka every week anyway, right? It's now not the time to maybe give him 10 minutes rest and get Gyro on.
Yeah.
You know, this is that thing of squad management again. You know, just trying to actually.
But then what if someone else gets injured?
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of what ifs, isn't there? But, you know, given we're 2-0 up and there's 10 minutes to go, you're relatively safe. Oh, lovely little ball in from Zaha. So close from Andrews.
It's a bit late. It's a bit later on into that. But yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't quite work like that, does it? Even last game when Gyro had his first game in how long, he still brought on Maka. Like he's still gonna play him regardless. He just loves him. There's a affection there for Ray and Maka, but yeah. They made their change. One off Hackford on, yeah.
I don't know of him, but there you go.
Is he the youngster? Apparently they had a youngster on the bench or something.
Yeah. I mean, let's say they've had to chuck a few on, haven't they, with their situation? But yeah, and then obviously it's a manager using a young player, giving him 10 minutes in a game where they're probably not going to get back into it, which again you like to see.
Yeah, and also another shout out to someone who is a baller, has been a baller. Is Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, left back. What? We don't even talk about him because we don't need to. There's nothing to talk about Mitchell. There is nothing to talk about apart from the guy does his job. He does his job. All this stuff that Mitchell.
It's a left back who plays left back, you know?
Yeah, but if he's asked to go forward, if he's asked, he can still provide there as well. Like this PV obsession about him going forward and doing like it. What we concede how many goals with him inside for a reason down the left hand side. We don't need to talk about Mitchell. He's just there. He does his job.
But we like to because he's such a good player, and you know, so proud that we've got another kid who's come through the academy. Obviously, he was at Brentford until they shut down their academy. Joined us, I think, was about 16 maybe when he joined us. Just absolutely, just come on leaps and bounds over the years, and chucked him in when we did. You know, credit to Roy. I think we had to again, but I will give him some credit for that. But and the trust in him, I don't like.
I don't give him credit for that. I'm sorry, don't give him credit for that. You're just being too nice now. Let's just be real here, Hambo. He didn't. There were games where PVA couldn't even play football, and you're still starting him the game after. Like the game against Liverpool, how the hell did he start against Villa? Like, I don't give him credit for that. He had to do it. He done his job as a manager, but it's nothing to give credit. I would have given him credit.
Oh God!
Oh no! Oh yeah,
no, Luca
2 seconds behind. Yeah, 2 seconds behind yours. That's why.
All right, just gonna pause for 2 seconds. There you go.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not giving him credit for that because it was a bit too late. But now that Mitchell's here, it's what we've been screaming for, and he's just doing his job, and as a youngster, I've got potential as well. But yeah, I didn't like the fact that he kept him on the bench for so long, just like Gyro now as well. But the midfielders had a decent game, so. Yeah, PVA was worthwhile against Wolves as well. Half the time he's worthwhile against defensively. He doesn't provide much.
No, let's face it. You know the goals and the assists and the attacking play, the link-up play, it does mask the problems he creates.
But Hambo, how many goals has he? No, but come on now. We're talking about this season. Has he actually been
just watching Tyreek there?
Yeah, exactly. He gets a touch and the passes it. It's so easy. If that's PVA, he'll be ducking, like he'll be going crazy again.
It's the timing of the interception. Oh, lovely ball in for Zaha.
Nice ball forward.
Yeah, it's the area cut back. Beautiful.
He doesn't need to be out of position going forward.
So close.
He doesn't need to go and be a right wing whilst playing as a left back to provide going forward. You can just get something like that. Like, and also that PVA thing, we can't. I'm sorry, Amber, I have to disagree. You can't say that about PVA being, assists and goals. How many? What has he provided this season?
No, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't defending him. I was saying that it's something that he does, on occasion that has a tendency to mask the problems he creates. I'm saying that, he gets away with a lot, or has done in the past, and that's now over, basically.
Yeah. Our next couple of not our next couple of games, but next 3 to 4 games is going to be hard. This is as I'm saying, don't get carried away with this result. I don't think many Palace fans are, but don't get carried away with this result and this performance, because Arsenal, even though they're doing poorly, that's going to be a test. Then I think we've got City.
Statistically, it's the worst team in the league that we've played today. Whether they are or not.
Sorry, Hambo, stop spamming 7-0 or you're going to get blocked.
You're just going to have to block it.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
I mean, imagine being a Liverpool fan and feeling the need to talk to a Palace stream.
After winning 2-0.
Oh, dear.
Weirdos. So don't get me wrong, PV is a good bloke, but he's shy at defenders. Says H.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I think he's a nice guy.
Even-
I think he cares. I think he cares a lot, and he tries to interact with fans. He tries to have a laugh and a joke as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But basically, you're defined by what you do on the pitch, and what he does on the pitch has not been great. It's he's kind of forgotten the key part of his role at times, which is be the left back.
Yeah,
give us balance.
He forgets that he's playing left back, which is not useful for a side who's leaking in goals left, right, centre.
No, I'm sure they talk about it in training. I'm sure the idea is that okay, you're going to do that, so we're going to need this player to cover for you and that player to cover you. But it becomes a weakness. So really, he's got to try and sacrifice that. If he wants to play week in, week out for Palace, he needs to just curtail that and play left back as a left back. Don't think about having everyone else in the team try and cover for you. It's just not worth it.
Sheffield United, Jay says Sheffield United bring a 16-year-old when they're losing and they're in a relegation battle. Why can't we put on young players like Banks or Pierrick?
Yeah, it's the age-old debate, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not even the Banks or Pierrick. This game, I know Mac is having a good game so far, you can argue, and Luke as well, but perfect timing for game management. 2-0 up.
Yeah, and squad management and giving people opportunities and developing their career. It's the same. We talk about it almost every week. I'd love to see it. I don't care really who it is. Whether we talked about Pierrick before. He's still a very young lad, but he's not. He's not really kicked on since he got that little sniff of the first team. But how much of that is down to the fact that the opportunity is dried up? Would he be a better player today if he'd had more 10 minutes here and there off the bench? Banks has been excellent for the under-23s, but he's not the only one. So I just ball in from Sheffield United there, just going to panic for a little sec. Good defending from who was that? Eze.
Apparently, we're just 7 points from a Champions League place. There's Roy Hodgson. He's like, how you like me now? So how do you like it?
It's a good point, Roy. Well done.
Can you imagine? Does Roy even? Do you reckon he watch it? What does Roy do in his free time? Do you reckon?
I think he presses wildflowers.
Do you think he does a bit of gardening? Watches TV? Probably EastEnders fan.
No, I wouldn't think he's an EastEnders fan. I think he likes Swedish dramas.
I think he watches lots of Question Time. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he feels it's his place to talk about politics.
I don't know. What does Roy do? Yeah.
He likes
what do you think Roy does? Huh?
I think he likes Homes Under the Hammer.
Yeah, yeah, that's his favorite.
Bargain hunt.
He goes home and watches all the Homes Under Hammer videos. Well, we won't be watching that today. I'm pretty sure today's probably
In all seriousness, I guarantee you, he sits around obsessing about football. It's been his whole life, and he's still obsessed with it today, and that's why he's still a manager in the Premier League. Bless him.
Yeah. Time to buy Mitchell back in FBL for 3.9.
You can shout,
yeah, I think I've got him. No, actually, I haven't. I took him out. Did I? I can't remember. I need to check after the game. Roy needs to watch the under-23s if they're not. He does watch under-23s. Do you know? That's the thing. He does watch the under-23s. He sees Mitchell play for the under-23s. He saw Diyar play for the under-23s. But we're starting Mitchell now after how long? But yeah, it doesn't make a difference. He will watch his players play.
I guarantee you, he's watching the under-23s. He's going, he'll be a good player when he's 31.
Yeah, exactly. That's young for him. 31 is like 19 for him. He gets excited over 31-year-olds.
Matthew Pemble's going with Roy enjoying Last of the Summer Wine. Great shout, that. Great shout. But the original series.
I don't know about it.
No, you don't, Diyar. Don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah. I love the fact that it's 2 minutes ago we haven't really been talking about the game because there isn't enough to talk about. These guys have tried to press us, tried to create chances, but they're not doing much.
No.
But
we really needed this. We needed a comfortable game, and we got one today. I do feel a little bit bad for Sheffield United fans having seen this. I've not watched a tremendous amount of them this season, but when I have seen them, they've actually looked half decent. But today, the fight's gone. The passion's gone, and they've struggled without 9 first-team players as well that they could have chosen from. So yeah, you've seen teams like this before. It doesn't look like it's going to be a good season for him at all.
Good shout, Simon. Roy would be first contestant on bargain on not to buy anything. Good shout. He's probably happy. He's happy with what he's got all the time. Yeah, Ash. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. Look, talking about Roy, it is interesting that he knows, I think, 7 languages. So he does. He likes to learn about other cultures, which is a positive, I guess.
Nearly lost the clean sheet there.
Oh yeah. Open back post as well.
Well, I don't want to say that, for all the stuff we talk about, Roy, he's a fantastic human being and an amazingly intelligent human being. We talk about him as a manager, but I absolutely love the guy as a human being and as a manager as well. At times, I think certainly in the past few seasons, he's been amazing for us. But
1 in 10 games. 1 in 10 games.
Yeah, there's too many things that I don't get. Luca's down injured. Hopefully, just cramp. Things in the chat. It's like a slightly more painful thing than where. Oh no. Yeah, he's
screaming.
Ankle again. Yeah, he's just messing around with the ankle ligaments there. The physio.
Yeah, Luca down. Yeah, it looks painful.
Man of the match, Eze.
Game on, done his thing. Yep, got man of the match. Simple.
I mean, certainly if you combine him with Schlupp as a 90-minute thing, yeah. But they're showing the goal again.
I feel like this game is going to finally make other opposition fans realize the talent that this guy's got. If you don't know, now is the time for you to see for yourself, Eze. He's had better games than this. But now I'm seeing on social media, lots of people are talking about him. And I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy because he deserves his respect. He came into the Premier League, and how long did it take him? We've seen it. Guys like Werner, they came in a while, scored bagging in goals and being all this world class. But they haven't been able to settle in the Premier League as fast as Eze. He came in, settled, and he's doing his thing. I'm so happy for the guy. Really happy.
Yeah, well, opposition players and managers have talked about him for a little while already, haven't they? And the fact that fans are starting to catch on. But yeah, there's still so much more to come from him, in my view. It's just.
I love that, George.
Yeah, that's nice. But he's going to get sharper. He's going to get quicker. He's going to get more dangerous. He's going to get more goals. I have to say, he really will. Yeah, big things from him. And I know he can still play for Nigeria as well. But I think England personally, have got to act quickly with him because there's no one they've got like him. It's a little bit like when they missed out with Wilf. There was nobody around like him at the time. Someone who was going to take on multiple players, and I feel that England missed out. I don't want them to miss out with Eze, even though part of me doesn't think England deserve him.
Yeah, do you think they will miss out?
I do, because he doesn't play for a big club. If he was a reserve at Man United who'd played 7 minutes, he'd probably get in.
Remember Jesse Lingard? It took him 120 minutes whilst Wilf was on form to get ahead of Wilf in England side back in the day. Yeah, that's the
easy save for Guaita there. But just imagine that as a thing now. Jesse Lingard, Zaha. Yeah.
Even then, though.
Yeah, I know.
Wilf was doing this exactly, and yeah, a clean sheet for us after game 1. Crazy. It's crazy because this is Roy Hodgson's side. We expect more clean sheets. But
just Gyro's warming up.
Nah, you're trolling.
There's literally 28 seconds of the game left.
Nah, don't do that to Gyro, man. He's not. Don't do that. Come on. Don't do that to Gyro.
20 seconds left. Is he going to get on?
I can't believe that. Don't troll with Gyro like that. Don't bring him on for like 20 seconds.
There you go. Well, Mitchell's seen it out for a goal kick, so he's going to get 4 seconds. Oh, yeah, he is. He's actually doing the sub.
Hopefully there's like a appearance bonus for him, because this is just proper trolling.
Tompkins gets the armband. Don't know if he'd want that.
There's no point of him even coming on.
Gyro's laughing because he knows they're going to blow the whistle as soon as he goes on the pitch. Oh, dear.
Oh, this is, yeah. He's
There's
coming
the
over.
goal.
We're lucky that Gyro
It's going to be literally this goal kick,
he's a
isn't
good
it?
guy. Gyro is a good guy. You know, he can laugh about stuff like we're lucky about that. Other players would just be so pissed off. But yeah, Roy's the ultimate game manager. Said, you know, you're right. You have to keep that clean sheet. But I've never seen him do a 94-minute sub though. So that's the new thing.
No.
I can't remember it. Yeah. Surely the game is over now.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a minute past the added on time. So once you factor in the subs and stuff, I think this kick will be it.
If you want to come onto the post-match fan show, DM us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and we'll have you on. We'll be talking about this game. Should we overreact about this game? I don't think so, but be getting your thoughts on the game. So make sure to DM us, and we'll have you on. But last kick of the game. Yeah,
still going somehow. There's a corner for Sheffield United.
Yeah, they're just letting Gyro play, man. I'm happy. I'm here to sit for Gyro play. Get a couple more minutes.
Right, this really will be it now. Ball's in.
Yeah.
Run to the back post. That is the full-time whistle. Chris Wilder really moaning and whinging still. Is it still about that first half goal, the second goal, maybe? Don't know.
2-0. Palace win. Palace beat Sheffield United. 3 points. Clean sheet. Hambo. Look, I have to give credit when it's due. We've done our job today. Shouldn't get carried away, but I'll take it.
Look, yeah, absolutely right. Did not play a team on the up today. They are very much a struggling side with selection problems all over the pitch. You can see that there's the confidence isn't there. They weren't a threat really all game. And a couple of saves that Guaita needed to make. The one in the first half, probably the only real significant effort from them. But ultimately, it was a very professional performance from Palace. Defensively, looked much more solid than we have of late. Still a couple of little moments, still made a couple of errors and invited pressure at times. But, you know, once that little spell where Sheffield United, and every team will have a spell in a game, once they had their spell and we hit them on the counter with that goal from Eze, that just killed their spirit and they had nothing in the second half. So you've got to applaud that. You know, the selection got a lot of ill feeling from me included prior to the match, but ultimately it's a team that won us the game. 3 extremely important points, you have to say. It makes our whole season look a little bit more healthy as we head into the second half of it, really.
Well, look, we're still unbeaten in 2021, so there's lots of positives to take. Not many teams can say that. So 22 points on board. Thank you, V. Flynn, for joining in. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Palace fan. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. And if you can leave a like, that'd be great. And subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, as it helps massively. But look, I'm going to be heading over and doing the fan shows. So see you guys there. That should start shortly. And Manscaped, your balls will thank you. Don't forget, BOTN, 20% off. Make sure to go and get that as well. And until next time, up the Palace.